r/AskReddit. Teenagers of Reddit aged 13 to 18, what do you think defines your generation right now? This is a smiling Kanye. It only appears once every 20,000 Kanye pics, very rare Kanye. Like in 5 seconds or bad luck. Self-deprecating memes along with romanticizing mental illness. I'm 18 and know too many 11 to 15-year-olds who claim to have a huge list of mental illnesses. They seem to brag about it, as if it's a competition for who has the most craptiest life. Not that I'm saying they can't have mental illnesses, it's very possible. But I hope they can learn it's normal to be sad or anxious sometimes, and that it doesn't automatically equal something more. Edit. I slept the day away and woke up to this. Oh my god, thank you for the awards. I'm 24 but it still bugs me when I see friends post about anxiety or OCD. I'm not saying they don't have it, but it does bother me when they use it as an excuse. I feel like most people who actually have a disability try not to use it as an excuse. I have multiple disabilities, and the last thing I want to talk about is the multiple disabilities I have. As we get older, the less you'll see this from your peers. They figure out it's unattractive to broadcast mental illness if they're smart. A complete lack of social cliques. I find this is something filmmakers are struggling to nail down. We don't have nerds and jocks anymore, it's all kinda blended together. There isn't specific seating arrangements in the cafeteria, and no lunch money stealing physical bullying. Everything's more digital now, so there really isn't a high school society. Exactly. There's just a bunch of weird kids and a few of them run a meme page to make fun of the principal. Haha. I thought my school was the only one. I find it weird there are school meme pages and pages dedicated to relationships and accounts making fun of teachers and principals. Fake influence. People are making TikToks and claim they are influencers. Oh, I can't stand the term influencer. It has to be the most self-righteous, pompous term ever coined. To think that you are that important that you have influence over the masses. Yeah, but it sounds nicer than narcissist. Just here to see if my 21-year-old ass is still relevant. I'm here because I'm 19 in a few days, so I'm taking this last opportunity to be relevant. Same here. IDK. Probably making crappy memes. I don't think there's been anything significant that we've done as a whole. I can't wait to see what meme the future history books choose to include as a way to illustrate this generation's fascination with the medium. They'll probably just Google meme and use the first thing that comes up. Likely a rage comic. I've never seen more people go through a school day without being sober in my life. The ability to easily get a dab pen or a Juul probably defines our generation. Weird thing is, I know kids who legit smoke weed and drink every day, but you mention a tab of acid and everyone acts like you're doing heroin. I'm 32 and those people still existed when I was in high school, except they weren't afraid of acid. Edit. Wow, this comment blew up. Also, my generation wasn't afraid of pills. Please be afraid of pills. Being both incredibly pessimistic and progressive at the same time. Most of us feel like life could end at any moment because of a mixture of depression and news outlets' scare tactics, but at the same time, many people in our generation are incredibly open to and advocating for change. You're like millennials, but sooner. Like millennials, but zoomer. Extreme vanity. The vast majority of things posted by my age group are just people flexing about things they never earned, paid for by their parents. Kids get famous quickly by having cool things and showing them off. I think they paid too much attention in kindergarten to show and tell because that's all they're doing now to get famous. Nah, that's for all generations. Not to sound really old or anything, but I think it's our phones. Nobody in our generation likes to admit it, but we do use our phones a lot, and it must be unsettling for people 40 and older. I mean, they're pretty useful. You have access to literally any information you want that's legal, and even some illegal information. You can talk to people, or you can just lurk and watch everyone else's conversations, arguments in the comments, or you can play stupid games on your phone. Yeah man, I love phones. It's just that I can relate to the grandparents who wished kids these days acted like kids in their days. I am 15 and everyone apart from me are road men. It's an English thing, and a side effect of this is being so sheltered that they lash out at everyone for the upbringing that they were never given. They wear full tracksuits and carry knives. Even though their lives are far from dangerous. The only thing they love more than telling people that they're broke is coming from unbelievable wealth and telling people that they're broke and they aren't a rich privileged kid. It's sick and unnatural and ill. Answer any questions about these abominations. Similar thing when Eminem first started becoming popular, and there was a whole generation of comfortable middle-class white kids dyeing their hair blonde, and pretending to be trailer trash. Lo-fi hip-hop beats to relax, study to. I'm 22 and I listen to this. I'm 32 and I do too. Getting caught up with social media, trying to fit in, and then perhaps forgetting about the real essence of life. Without a direction you feel stuck, unable to do anything. Yeah, dumping social media will do wonders for you. Or at least limiting it. Every time I find myself in a Facebook comment section I feel more disconnected from society. It's like everyone on there is just the worst possible form of themselves. A lot to unpack there, but I'd say it's worth noting that we always viewed generations before as ignorant or bigoted, a good example of this being the OK Boomer fad. But ultimately, we're drawing lines in the sand to seem more sophisticated, and when the waves wash them away, a lot of us will become the same intolerable assholes we profile our forebears as. Brilliantly said and a sobering truth. I want to die. Ha bro same. Ha bro same. Ha bro same. You know when you microwave a lasagna and the middle is kind of just not microwaved at all, that's kinda how it feels like. Edit. Thanks for all the lasagna tips in the comments. Out of all the comments this one resonates the most. Gallows humor. There's a general belief that the world sucks right now, and it's only going to get worse as we grow up, so what do? We make jokes about it. Constantly. I mean, what else can we do? We have no discussion power, we can't vote, so why would any political leader listen to us? Yes. Some politicians talk about it, but that's all they ever do. Talking but no action. Exactly. I wasn't saying it's a bad thing, really the opposite, it's just all we have at this point. Trying to be famous, everybody thinks they can make it big on YouTube or some other platform, but most can't. I completely agree, everyone wants to be famous even at the cost of others. I have seen people in the emergency room next to their sick family member making TikToks and it's disturbing. I am a frequent flyer for severe allergies. Edit. A few people have asked about my allergies. I am allergic to dairy, nuts and seafood and will go into anaphylaxis if I ingest any part of it, and I am airborne to seafood, so if I am in the same room as shrimp I most likely will have to spend a few days in the hospital. Juuling, eating hot chip, and lie. Can't cook. Don't forget twerk. I can tell you this, our generation is obsessed with relatability, and finding comfort in others who find those same things relatable. I mean, the basis for most memes nowadays is relatability after all. Well, if you're looking for relatability, know that my generation sought the same things at that age. We're all pretty similar. I can relate to that. A strange mix of humor and mindfulness. As well as memes and self-deprecation, honestly. Gen Z create a lot on memes, commonly self-deprecating memes, just because it seems to our type of humor. I think it has a good way of uniting us all, everyone enjoys memes. But I also think kids my age are more involved in politics, global issues, controversial topics, etc. And are much more open to discussing these things, as well as educating themselves and forming their own opinions. It truly is admirable. Rampant porn addiction. Also denial of said addiction existing. This is sadly hitting home a bit. Memes, influencers, mental illness, LGBT acceptance. Everyone's mentally ill and everyone is an expert at diagnosing it in others.